Hello everyone, this is Dan Veru with a brief video from the road on the upcoming initial public offering of SpaceX. We don't normally comment on individual company initial public offerings, but by far this is the most anticipated initial public offering of any company in corporate history. SpaceX is not only a unique asset, but it will come at a public valuation at 1.7 trillion. And clients have asked us if SpaceX represents an opportunity either on the IPO price or in the few days after the shares begin trading. SpaceX's primary businesses are rocket and spacecraft manufacturing, launch services, and satellite internet through Starlink. It also works on government and defense-related space services, including Starshield, and develops the next generation of systems like Starship. The deal structure is very unique. It's projected to raise $75 billion on the IPO at a fixed share price of $135 per share. But despite the total market value of 1.7 to 1.8 trillion, only 4 to 5% of the shares will actually trade. Mr. Musk and his management team are restricted from selling any shares on the deal, and all the private investors over the many years will have to wait to sell their shares in the future. But demand for the stock is very strong, and the aftermarket trading will likely be very volatile and unpredictable in the short term. But over the next 6 to 9 months, institutional investors who have invested over many years may want to sell some of the shares or all of their shares, especially since private equity exits have been few and far between. Other technology companies are rushing to file IPOs, which could put additional pressure on the price of SpaceX after it goes companies. News reports have said that Anthropic, OpenAI, and others have filed to go public in the coming months. We have also seen established companies in the artificial intelligence space like Alphabet sell $80 billion of new shares. It's interesting to us because aside from their IPO and this recent sale, they've only sold stock one other time in 2006. The new capital was raised to fund, in this case, Alphabet's build out for artificial intelligence. The valuation for SpaceX is very high. 2025 revenues were $18.7 billion, and analysts are projecting by 2028, some firms believe that revenues could hit $160 billion. The company is expected to be cash flow positive in the near term, but it's not expecting to turn a profit for some time. In our view, valuation is not the biggest issue for the company. Investors believe in Elon Musk, and with very good reason. If you were an early investor in Tesla, you did extremely well over a long period of time. But in order to achieve his goals, he's going to need an enormous amount of additional capital in order to build out the ambitious plans he has in outer space. And he's going to markets that simply today don't exist. With that in mind, we're not planning to participate in the initial public offering, but that doesn't mean that we will not be monitoring the company very closely and watching to see if and when there's an opportunity for us to invest. Please call us with any of your questions or comments, and thank you for listening today.